창이가 좋아하는 랜덤 게임 게임 스타트. 아파트 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 kissy face sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the 아파트 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 아파트
It's whatever you like. Turn this opposite into a club. I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, freak, party all night. Come back, girl, what's up? Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
아파트 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 Hey, so now you know the game. Are you ready? Cause I'm coming to get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
Just meet me
just meet me at the just meet me at
All right. I only know about that song because my granddaughter was listening to it earlier, and I was like, "That's a pretty catchy tune." And I just watched the music video while we were waiting to start this brand spanking new motherfucking episode of Badass motherfucking Movie Time. Here we go. Do I need to be on camera for this? Dude, we went to a barbecue yesterday. One of my friends, Charlie's aunt's son, just graduated high school, and like we were just like fucking eating Filipino food and chilling in the backyard, and this lady was just making fun of my hair. She said I look like a homeless person, and I was like, all the adults in the general vicinity like got really quiet, and like a couple people like stuck up for me. It was crazy. Like, I guess I look kind of, I don't know. Anyway, what the fuck? Why am I talking about that? I feel bad about myself now because somebody made fun of the way I look. That's why you don't do that. They teach you that in kindergarten, motherfucker. Check it out. Return to Silent Hill. The much anticipated return to Silent Hill. I bought this on a whim. I didn't really have a lot of hope for this movie. Nobody really talked about it. And after viewing it, I really don't have any much nice things to say about this movie. I wasn't impressed. It was actually really fucking stupid. The way this show is supposed to work is I'm supposed to recommend things, but I don't recommend this movie whatsoever. It was bad. I've kind of blocked some of it out. It's been a couple months since I watched it. I bought it when it first came out, and my wife and I watched it. And my wife doesn't give a fuck about Silent Hill. And to be honest with you, as much as I love Resident Evil, you'd think I'd be a big Silent Hill guy. Silent Hill 2 is the only Silent Hill I enjoyed. And the remake of Silent Hill 2. Those are the only two Silent Hills. Silent Hill 3 sucks. And actually, and if I when I plugged in my PS2 and tried to play Silent Hill 2, like, it might have been 10 years ago now, but, you know, I tried to play it more recently. That game kind of sucks, too, in hindsight. Those games aren't that great. So I don't know if I'm the best person to review this movie. What I can tell you is I loved Silent Hill 2 at one point. I thought it was really cool. And I really enjoyed the first Silent Hill movie that came out back in 2006. I went to the theater to see that. And I remember being impressed with that movie. Not that it was the most accurate thing, necessarily. That's the thing with these movies. They don't need to be accurate. And we're going to talk about this more on the next episode of Badass Movie Time. I'm going to talk about Zach Kreger's Resident Evil that's coming out and the current issue with the fact that he just did his own fucking thing, made his own story. That's okay. I feel like the first Silent Hill kind of did its own thing. Well, being true to the source material, but this movie's not a fucking good representation of Silent Hill 2. It was bad. It was weird. I forgot who made it. A foreign guy made this, right? This says foreign guy written all over it. The fucking Mustang. He's driving a Mustang in it, and he's like an artist. None of that was established in Silent Hill 2, was it? Was James supposed to be an artist? Okay. Return. Let's see who directed this fucking garbage. Christopher Gaines. Christopher Gans. So he directed the first Silent Hill. So what the fuck happened? Why did... Oh, he's French. He's a French filmmaker. How did he fuck this up so bad? He also directed one of the segments in Necronomicon? Wait, I should like this guy. He's old and doesn't direct a lot of movies. Maybe he was having problems with producers because he's kind of small time, or what's up with Return to Silent Hill? Why does it suck? It fundamentally sanitizes the psychological horror of the original Silent Hill 2 by changing the plot to make the mercy killing an explicit request and softening James's motives. Yeah, okay. It's coming back to me. Bland storytelling and pacing. Yeah. So, in this movie, and I am going to spoil it because I don't fucking care if you watch it. So in the game, the brilliance of the game, and I could be wrong because it's been a long... I didn't even finish the remake, but the remake was awesome, by the way. The idea is this guy goes to town because he gets a letter from his dead wife. Well, the thing you figure out as you play this game is the main character murdered his wife because she's sick with a terminal illness. And in this movie, Return to Silent Hill, it wasn't... They softened it. They made you want to like James, but you don't like James anymore. They gave him a bad temper, and there's all these fucking excuses as to why he's doing it. Whereas in the original game, from what I gathered, and as somebody who doesn't give a fuck about Silent Hill but likes Silent Hill 2, the dude murdered his wife. Like, it's dark, right? That's it. Why fuck with that? That's a solid story. You're not necessarily rooting for him at the end. You realize, like, he murdered his wife. Now, the people who made that game kind of softened it. She's sick, right? It wasn't an act of love. Was he trying to put her out of her misery? Those are things that are scary to think about, right? Because I'm telling you right now, if I was dying of cancer, if I had a brain tumor, and my wife put a pillow over my face, I would instantly forgive her. If I put myself in the shoes of the sick person, maybe I would ask her to do that, right? But then what would she have to deal with after dealing with that? So, you know, Hunter S. Thompson might have had the right idea there, which is also a very controversial thing to say, but he did it for his wife. You know, he was like, he left her a note and said, listen, I'm going to die. I don't want you to watch me die. Let's just fucking get this over with. So, that's good storytelling. That's a good story. Whether it's true or not. Like, some of that stuff you don't have to fuck with. And whoever made this movie, you could tell it was just slopped together in a very weird way, and there were just certain things that really rubbed me the wrong way that had nothing to do with the game. They had an opportunity maybe to make something cool, because that remake just came out last year, and it was good. It was really good. Or was it 2 years ago? I don't know. It's been a minute. But, yeah, this movie sucks. I just talked way too long about it. I'm a fan of Nicolas Cage, I think, but he annoys me at the same time. I don't like Shadow of the Vampire. What was it, Shadow with Kiss of the Vampire or whatever, the vampire movie? He's in some shitty movies. Mandy was badass. I loved Mandy, but then he was in a movie shortly after that. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was fucking bad. There's a couple movies that came after Mandy because Mandy was so good. The ongoing joke in this movie is they talk about Con Air a lot, which Con Air is great. Face Off, Con Air. 90s Nicolas Cage is pretty good, right? But when you... I wasn't going to even talk about this movie because I didn't... Whatever, it's silly. I wanted to talk about it because I just watched Con Air this weekend. That movie fucking rules. I love Con Air. Con Air is easily Nicolas Cage's best movie. But when I make a comment like Con Air rules... The things that I like about that movie are, it is atrociously bad. Like, what is with his accent in that movie? What is the guitar wailing in the background when he's running with his stupid long hair and his balding? I like the explosions, the way, yeah, dude. Like, but that makes for a good movie. The badness of it, and I feel like he knows on some level this stuff is really stupid, and he just kind of is like, yeah, people love me anyways, you know? I don't know. Okay, let's talk about some movies I actually really liked. The Magician came out in 2005. Sonny Fernandez got me to watch a show. He recommended a show on Facebook called The Mr. In Between. And my wife and I watched it, and we barged that shit. It was so good. It's an Australian show. Check it out. It's on Hulu. So then I pulled up The Magician, which is free on YouTube if you want to watch it. The Magician is great. It's about a hitman. It's really silly. If you like old indie movies, this is definitely from like a time period. It is a period piece from that time period. Mr. In Between is much better. Mr. In Between takes this found footage movie about a hitman and makes it way better. I feel like this was kind of... What's that fucking movie on... Oh. It's something dog. There's that black and white found footage movie about a murder. What was that movie called? Let's see. Found footage... It's not Creep. Creep is great, by the way. Man Bites Dog, a dark, satirical Belgian mockumentary shot in black and white. It follows a charming and highly articulate serial killer as he allows a document. Yeah, Man Bites Dog is a weird one. It reminded me of Man Bites Dog a little bit, but a little not taking itself as serious. Check it out, Mr. In Between, and then if you like it, maybe check out The Magician if you're into some indie stuff. So, while I was setting up for this episode of Badass Movie Time, I was pulling up movies. Normally I want to rave about a movie. I can't say that I enjoyed this movie. With, what do they call him in Dune? Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib. That's him, right? Timothy... what the fuck ever. Marty Supreme. Made by the people who did Precious Gemstones. Precious... The Adam Sandler movie that was really good. And then also they directed the fucking creepier one with the guy from Twilight. I can't fucking remember anything right now. It's getting too late. It's almost 1 a.m. It's hot in here. Anyways, Marty Supreme is about a guy who wants to play ping pong back in the 50s. And it's very similar to the other two movies that these... I think it's brothers that make these movies. They're fucking stress-induced, just, like, nonsense. Like, it's just... And you cannot... Once you start watching any of those three movies, you cannot... What's for Good Time, I think is the first one? You cannot take your fucking eyes off the screen while this shit is happening. Like, why... What would possess anyone to make a movie about ping pong, first off? But it's not about ping pong. It's about this fucking shiesty guy fucking people over to get what he needs. There's a scene where he is in a bathtub, and all of a sudden the bathtub falls through the floor and lands on a bad guy's arm and the bad guy's dog. So the bad guy, who has a lot of money, offers him money to... Because the bad guy needs to go get his arm worked on. He's like, take my dog to the vet. And he just kidnaps the dog? And then they get into trouble because they're ripping people off with ping pong, and the guys fall... I don't know. It's... The movie is just one bad incident after another. Very stressful. Yep. Another stressful movie. The True Story, Christie, starring Sydney Sweeney. So my wife and I tried watching a show called Euphoria with them recently, and we quickly realized the show Euphoria is just about girls doing things that we don't want to see girls doing. Basically, it's just, as a parent, was very stressful for I don't know. I think we lasted like half an hour, and then we realized like maybe not for us. And I think Sydney Sweeney's on Euphoria, right? I think one of my daughters watches Euphoria. It not something for a 40-year-old man to watch. So we switched off Euphoria, and then I was like, well, let's watch this movie with Sydney Sweeney being a boxer. And it was adorable and cute at first. And then it quickly gets dark. This girl who is gay. She's gay at the beginning of the movie. She ends up marrying her manager. This is a true story, guys. This movie takes such a turn that by the end of it, you're very stressed. You're very, very stressed. And once again, as a parent, what the fuck? And if this movie is accurate, her mom, fuck that lady, dude, for real. Check out Christie. It's on HBO. It's on Max. Good stuff. Okay. We randomly watched a movie called We Bury the Dead. I think my wife and I enjoyed this okay. It was a zombie movie where nobody gets eaten, which was kind of a nice change for a zombie movie. I didn't see one person get eaten. She almost gets eaten at one point, but I didn't see anybody get munched on. And I walked away going, yeah, this movie was pretty cool. I did my usual, on Facebook, I'll just go, tonight's movie. Kind of just recommend movies to people, or at the very least be like, this is what we're watching tonight. What are you guys watching? Here's the review that my buddy gave it. I give it a 4 out of 10. Dead slow, and even though the zombies are the best I've ever seen, zero zombie action. Script really didn't make any sense. My biggest problem is why an American wouldn't grab the Australian army rapist weirdo's gun. Also, how would it... I don't even know what she's talking about there. Also, how would it ever make any sense of a pregnant woman who has been dead for months somehow give birth at the end of the movie and it's a perfectly healthy baby? I get that you... 28 years later... anyways... I get that you somewhat have to reach with science fiction to make a zombie movie, but that's going way too far. Also pretty upset that the protagonist is wearing dude clothes the entire movie, even sleeping in them. It's Australia. It would be hot as fuck, and she's choosing to wear a full-on wardrobe at all times on an Australian military base where it is 100% safe, yet gets to where she's going, meets her buddy at a resort with online, stupid activated zombies. Then she wakes up in just a baggy shirt. Also, was her cross-eyed fucking husband a Nord? The whole... What? Oh, the whole burning ship send-off waste, quite cringe. Even though it was 110% unrealistic, I'm glad that it ended on a good note. Yeah, there's some stupid stuff in this movie. I agree, Warren. I posted it and I said today's movie or whatever, and Warren just ripped into it. I didn't have nearly as many strong feelings about it. It was very atmospheric, and it was something different. They kind of did their own thing, which I can appreciate in a zombie film, because there's so many zombie movies, right? Yeah, it was alright. I bought that, and then I also bought Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and I much prefer this movie over We Bury the Dead. This was fun. Time travel movie, absolutely bonkers, silly nonsense. It was good. Check it out. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. I liked it, and I think my kids enjoyed it. My wife and kids, we all watched this, and it was pretty silly. I'm out of breath. I've been talking for too long. Okay. The final movie for tonight that I'd like to talk about is the fucking quease-inducing, vomit-inducing Together. Not the best horror movie of the year. It was absolutely foul and disgusting. It made me queasy, and the whole thing made me uncomfortable, which I think that was their intent. Who directed this shit? I looked it up. Oh, I forgot. It gave me a similar feeling to the movie Hereditary. If you've never seen Hereditary, fuck, dude. If you want to be scared, man, I guess these are pretty good movies. Michael Shanks. What else have you done, Michael Shanks? This guy looks like a little baby. He is a little baby. He hasn't directed anything. Parked, The Slot. Yeah, he hasn't done shit. This is his first. You know, dude, you made a creepy ass fucking movie, bro. If you want to be severely uncomfortable, okay, two things. I strongly recommend you watch this with a spouse, because I love my wife to death. Like, she's the best thing to ever happen to me. I love her. At no point have I ever wanted us to, like, fuse together into one body. That's disgusting. Like, look, right here. This happens, guys. This is what this movie's about. That something happens, they end up being drawn to each other in a very physical manner where their bodies want to, like, meld together into one body. They want to quite literally become one. And that is the point of the movie. It is horrifying, and I might be overselling it, but it is horrifying. It made me very squeamish. There's more I could say. The fucking Spice Girls. Michael Shanks? Did you really have to fucking the Spice Girls on LP? There's the Spice Girls even was there even LPs at that point? By the late 90s, were we still doing, like, nobody gave a fuck about LPs, and like, you had to fucking bring in the Spice Girls at, like, the worst possible fucking time. Okay, it sounds like I don't like this movie. I don't. I fucking hated every second of this movie. It was awful. But this movie had a wonderful ending. It had the best ending. The last couple seconds of this movie I did enjoy. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there you go. There's your episode of Badass Movie Time. I am getting the fuck out of Dodge. Goodbye.
Oh!